Good morning, one and all. Hope you are able to hear me.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Morning.
Yes, Naveen.
Thanks for the
Yes,
confirmation.
yes.
Yeah. Any questions before we proceed? Any questions before we proceed?
No.
Right. So last session we have completed. We discussed about how many types, how many transactions are there in overall, right? How it is different from customized transaction, how it starts with which letter it starts with customized transactions and normal transactions, right? Z and Y are the customized transactions or reports. And same time, in each and every specific module, like if we take FI module, majority transactions will start with F, and for module, I'm just giving module, majority, not all, majority transactions will start with M. And if you take a SD module, majority transactions will start with V. Clear? In that way, we can make out which module is it. And after that, we discussed about how to create navigation of SAP menu, right? And after that, we saw how to create our own favorites menus and how to insert folders, subfolders, right? And how to insert the transactions, if I'm not wrong. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, Naveen.
Yes.
So today we will see, anyone have an idea, whoever worked as an end user SAP. So anyone have an idea how to hide this SAP menu? I want only favorites menu to be displayed here. I don't want to view SAP menu here. Hope you got my question. I don't want to see this particular logo here, IDES logo here. IDES logo is nothing but, you can write it down, IDES. I'll explain. Okay, before that, anyone have an idea? I don't want to view this menu, SAP standard menu. I want only my user defined menu to be displayed here. I don't want to use this. Whatever menu I have created, user defined favorites menu, only that I want to display here.
Naveen, for IDS logo, we have options right in the if you see the monitor symbol there. I think from there we can
I didn't get you. Can you please let me know where is it?
like we have this application bar right at the top.
Here, this one?
Yeah, we have monitor symbol right. Yeah, I think there we can change the logo, I guess.
No,
Yes.
no,
No?
no. I'll explain. This is a complete, it will take 1 hour session. Sorry, not 1 hour session, 2 days session to explain about this layout, local layout. Okay. So I'll explain right now. First step, I'll show you. See here again, I'm not able to see if I say technical names here. Transactions, technical names also. See here.
Yeah, I think this one from extras we can get.
Yeah, the same thing. I'll let me tell you right on. Hide SAP menu. First step, write down. Hide SAP menu. Hide SAP menu. Okay, this particular menu I want to hide. Hide SAP menu. So to hide SAP menu, select extras, select extras, select extras. From that, select settings option. From that, select settings option. Select settings option. Okay. So in that, you will find an option called do not display menu. Do not display menu, only display favorites. Do not display menu, only display favorites. So select that particular option. Do not display menu, only display favorites. So click on OK. So here we won't see SAP menu here. Only we can view our favorites menu, which user defined menu, which we have created. Clear? And if I want again the SAP menu to be displayed, same thing. Click on extras, right? Click on settings, and just uncheck this. Uncheck this, do not display menu, only display favorites. Then click on OK. Then it will show. Again, I'm telling you, if you are using GUI on ECC or S4 HANA GUI, the path, the screen looks like the same. That's what I want to say. Clear? If you are using S4 HANA version and or ECC version, but GUI, not Fiori apps, right? If you are using GUI either in ECC version or in S4 HANA version, the screen looks like the same. Screen looks like the same. There is no change. Clear? So in that also, if you want to add any SAP menu, you can add it, or you can unhide this. You want to hide this SAP menu, we can hide this menu. And same time, write down activate transaction codes in SAP menu or favorites. SAP menu or favorites. So here I'm not able to see any transaction codes. Enter GL account number. In the same transaction entry also, you can see here, I'm not able to see any transaction codes, right? So activate technical names, or second step, activate technical names or transaction codes, technical names or transaction codes in end user's screen. In end user's screen. Okay. So same thing, go to extras, okay, select extras menu and click on settings, okay. So here you will have check display technical names, select display technical names. This is applicable only for end user screen, not for consultant screen. Again, I am reiterating. This particular thing would be only for end user screen. Why I am showing this particular thing in the sense, whenever we visit consultant, we visit end user space as a consultant, we need to explain them in depth of this particular thing, this particular feature. It's a mandatory to help. We need to explain them. So that's the reason. So select display technical names, because end user is new to SAP. So as an end user, probably we know that we have worked on end user, then we know this, but and our client may be new for this particular application or particular system, particular software. So we need to explain them minute to minute thing, either for a core team member or end user. Okay. So display technical names. So click on OK. Now you can see here transaction history, GL posting. So here you can see FB50. Not only a user defined menu it will display in our SAP standard menu also. Financial accounting, general ledger accounting, document entry, you can see here. This is a transaction codes. Clear? Next one. How to move, next step, write down how to show favorite. Here see what it is showing. Favorites menu is on top and SAP menu is on bottom. Correct? I want to move, one second. Okay. So favorites menu is on top, it is showing. I want to move favorites menu to bottom. Favorites menu to bottom. So move favorites menu from top to bottom or over or bottom to top, bottom to top, or over or after SAP menu, after SAP standard menu, or over or before SAP standard menu, before SAP standard menu. before SAP standard menu. So here it is showing before SAP standard menu. So, but I want SAP menu should be on the top and favorite should be on the bottom. So for that, again, click on extras, okay. Click on extras, select settings option, select settings option, select settings option. So here you can see here, display favorites at end of the list, display favorites at end of list. So here select display. So what happens if it is checked? First it will show SAP standard menu, and after that it will show your favorites menu, user defined menu. Okay, so click on OK button, continue button. Now you can see SAP standard menu is on top and favorite menu is on bottom. Okay, if you want to use only favorites not to be displayed, then we can hide this, you know that. Okay, we can move your favorites to P. If we uncheck, then your favorites menu will be shown first, and after that your SAP standard menu will be shown. Any questions on this? Okay.
Naveen, we don't have option to drag and move of one folder to another folder like.
In user defined folder we have, but SAP menu we can't do that. Standard menu we can't edit, we can't change, we can't move. We can see only this one. That's it. We can view it. That's it.
Okay, so whichever we have added in favorite, there we can edit.
Yeah, that's what I said, right? See, for
Yes.
example, I can do report transaction on the top instead of this one. Okay. See here, report transaction on top.
Yes.
Yeah, in for example, if I want to delete anything, we can do that. So for example, I want to delete this particular claim. Just right click. Okay. So there is an option called delete from favorites. Okay. If you want, you can again insert a transaction. So here, if you want to insert a transaction, we have a different ways. Last time I told. So you can click here. For example, put a transaction here. Transaction entry, for example, report entry, for example. Report entry, I'll show it. See here, if you can click favorites, okay, insert folder, and I would like to insert a folder, GL reports folder. See here, under folder, we can insert GL report folder. The same thing, if I want to have any transaction folder, just right click, insert folder. Sorry, not insert folder, insert transaction. So just either you can go with the favorites or you can just right click, insert transaction. Okay, so I would like to give transaction code FBL3N, for example. This is one report we have in GL. So here it will show FBL3N GL account line items.
Okay.
Okay, so we can drag and
But Naveen, won't this be user defined? So it would be Y and Z.
no. This is, see what user defined menu. We are creating only menu, not user defined transactions.
No, but under GL reports, you get a transaction code, right?
Right. This is not, this is SAP standard only. Whatever transaction code I am using here, FBL3N, clear, that is SAP standard only.
Fine.
It's not user defined. What I'm doing is, as I said, in FI module, we have more than 1800 transaction codes are there. Correct. But as an end user, do we use all the 1800 transaction codes? Absolutely not. For example, I am working for a GL module. I'm a GL accountant. Okay, general ledger. So I may use hardly 15 to 20 transaction codes, which is provided by SAP standard. So I may not remember all the 20 out of 20 transaction codes. Every day I am using only 10 transaction codes. Okay, every day 10 and other 10 transaction code occasionally I use, means either month end or quarter end or year end I'll use it. Clear? So that particular transactions, I probably at the time of month end activities, I won't remember the path or I won't remember the transaction codes. So to overcome that difficulty, what I'll do is whatever transaction codes regularly I use or occasionally I use, what I'll do, I'll create my own menu here. Okay, and those transactions are SAP standard defined one, not user defined. This is user defined menu, not user defined transactions. Hope you got understood.
Yes, Naveen.
Yeah. So this
Yeah,
is
understood. Yeah.
so here. So SAP standard menu, we can't move it. We can't move it, or we can just if you right click here, any transaction. See here, if I want to move this to here, we can't do that. And if I want to delete anything, you can't do it. See here, execute, it will show add to favorites, display documentation, create shortcut on desktop, saved list, preview, and start with session screen. So if you click on this, the first screen will be open with this particular transaction code. Means end user is using only one transaction every day. So instead of going navigation, what we can set as, we can, if we select this particular transaction, start with selection screen. As soon as he opens SAP, as soon as he entered into SAP, then first screen instead of SAP easy access screen like this, only this particular screen will open directly. Hope you got my point. So this is a transaction. He will do only the entry. Associate person is there, accountant or clerk in end user screen. So he will use only this one particular screen. Only this screen he will every day post the 60 or 70 transactions. You won't use other than this particular transaction. Clear? He won't use other than this particular transaction. So instead of coming to SAP or remembering transaction code, what we can do is for him, we can directly select this. Okay. Create shortcut on desktop. So once if you click on shortcut, then automatically if you click on this particular transaction, then automatically this particular transaction directly opens. Instead of coming to SAP, this particular access, easy access and all. Okay, so this is, and one more thing, see, whenever we are in training version, it will show this particular system. So here it will clearly mention, okay, the logo mention SAP demo system. This is demo purpose only. We can't do any real-time activities. We can do it, but it shows that it's a demo. We don't have a separate production system, separate quality system, demo system in the sense what? We don't have separate three different servers. We don't have a separate server for development, separate server for quality, separate server for production. Okay, in real time we have a three different servers minimum, I said, right? But here in this particular demo version, demo system, training environment system, we don't have a separate server. All the three servers will include in one server only. We will do development consulting activities, we will do testing activities, and we will do production activities in this particular server only. Any questions here? So here, whenever you see demo server, right, and you will get, what is this IDS version? Write it down. IDS stands for internet demonstration, and evaluation system. Internet demonstration and evaluation system. See, again, I'm telling you, it's not interview question point of view or something else, but we need to have an idea if someone is working on this IDS, right? Then which means that this is nothing. Okay, client sometimes now there is a possibility instead of 800 client in your what we call remote server access, they are giving other clients also 100 client or something else nowadays, right? Earlier 1 year ago there was no scope that everything we can do it in 800 client only. Okay, but few servers we are getting with different client numbers. right? But if it is clients are different, but still, if you are able to see this particular logo, then what does it mean? It is nothing but it's a demonstration purpose server. So if we want to hide this again, if we want to hide, so hide SAP demo system picture, hide SAP demo system picture. Okay, then select extras, select extras, click on settings, okay, do not select. So here you can see all the three we have already done. So there is one more option left, that is do not display picture. Do not display picture. So select this option. Select this option. Do not display picture. Say okay. That's it. You won't find any display picture. Okay. Till here, any questions?
No, sir.
All good.
Next question. Next one, write down. How to view the SAP version which we are working. Okay, so here click on system, click on system menu and select status option in system menu. Select status option in system menu. Select system option in SAP menu. It's time slow.
Naveen, can you repeat please once again?
Yeah, sure. I'll repeat once again, not an issue. See here. To view the SAP version or which version we are using. Okay. So select system menu. From that, select status option from system menu. So in this, we will get all the information actually. System status. So here, which client we are working, 800 client, right? Which user we are working. Okay. Language, which language we are in. Okay. What is the time zone? European Standard Time, EST stands for, right? And previous logon, on which day we have logged in. Okay. So current login, because it's here, see current login, this is nothing but your system time. This is nothing but your system time. This is nothing but your server time. See here, your logon time is nothing but your server time. Means probably your server is in Europe. Okay, so here, for example, that is we have a 4.5 or some hours time different. So that's the reason it is showing 27th. And what is my system time here? Whatever system time we have, that it will be displayed here. Okay, time zone EST, it is showing 7:27. One day a little bit means 21:43, some different time. Next one we will have, so transaction. What is a transaction? Session manager. So this we need not to understand. This is nothing but a screen number, which screen number we are working. Okay, this is nothing but screen number 100. Again, these all not required. So which GUI status it is showing session. Okay, and next one, operating system. As I mentioned here, operating system, which operating system this particular server is working is nothing but Windows NT server. Okay, and machine type, SAP server, Okay, platform ID. This is all required for basis consultant. We don't require all these details actually. So, but what are the thing you required in the sense, which database we are using? As I said that we are using ECC version is in third party database, correct? So that is nothing but MS SQL database it is in. Okay. And what is released, when it is released, that release version it will be mentioned, and name of the release SR2, and host server owner SR2. Something again, this is not required. Only the thing we need to see is, even we don't require this also, but still you should have an idea, because you are going to explain your client that the how it is differ from ECC with S4 HANA. So here you can show them by looking, you will have ECC version and as well as S4 HANA version, the same option you will have. So you can show them that this is a third party database, whereas S4 HANA will have HANA database. Okay, and here you can see installation number. Okay, how many installations till now it has done, SAP has done. So that is that installation numbers you will find, and license expiration date. So when your license is going to be, right, and Unicode, a system code, again these all are required for basis. So but what we are required here is, so version here, product version. So here it is showing C details, so all the versions it will display. So click on component, click on component. See here, this is your total versions. Able to see the screen, right? Able to see the screen?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So here all the versions, here you can see release 7. Release 7 is nothing but we are using ECC 6 with EHP 7 version. So wherever you will find 7, in the sense it's nothing but EHP 7 version. So here you can check. See here, application, here you can see this is the application SAP Finance, right? So ECC 6, this is ECC 6 version, and level is this is nothing but 7 release, nothing but EHP 7 version. So you need to ask installation. So normally you, if you are going for installation, then you need to ask the same thing, whatever I said, SAP ECC 6 version. Okay, 6, it's 17 is nothing but a release again. Okay, so just this, the first digit we need to remember, and the last digit from level. SAP 6 with EHP 7 version. Or you, if it that SAP application, this is also same. Whatever application we filled out, from that all the modules will be derived. Same. 6 is nothing but EHP 6, ECC 6, and EHP 7 version. Fine. So here you can say different modules also. HR module. See, you can see here HR module, right? HR care. So these are all HR sub modules. So for our thing, this is important. SAP application. So in this particular application, we have our complete all the modules here. So this particular module is nothing but ECC 6 with EHP 7 version. See here you can see logistics and accounting. Logistics and accounting. Clear? Any questions?
No, sir.
Right?
So,
Yeah.
Naveen, you told that we need SAP 6 point ECC 6 version with GST.
I'll repeat once again.
Yeah.
So here I'll show you. So what is the, if you are taking a server access or an installation part, just ask them to install ECC 6 with EHP 7. Okay. GST version. Without GST also we have EHP 7. Normally people says that EHP 7 itself is GST version, but it's not correct. Okay, so you just, if they say that okay EHP 7 itself is GST version, but still you reiterate them that mention ECC 6 with EHP 7 GST version.
So as I told you already that I have already installed, so I got SAP ECC 6.0 version, and
Okay.
I can see the database system is Oracle.
That's not an issue. Whatever may be the third-party database, we don't have any issue. But just see this EHP 7 is there or not. See like this here, this particular 7 version.
No, it is not.
That's what, because what, see, now you can use it till when, in the sense, till we have, we are entered into a tax module.
Okay.
Okay, so it will take another 2 months time or 2.5 months time to enter into GST module. Along with the AP, we will do accounts payable, we will do a GST module. So till that, if you have that this particular version, so it is, however, I'll show in from my end, but for your practice, it is mandatory to have.
Fine.
Yeah, that's what.
How will we know it's a GST version, Naveen?
See, that's what I'm saying. Why, in the sense, see, if you have a 0007 is clear, then it is nothing but what you call GST version. So normally what they will have is nothing but 0607 0607, then it is nothing but a non-GST version of EHP 7. 0607, not 6, not 7, is nothing but GST version. Is that clear?
Got it.
So
GST.
that's the
Yeah.
reason why I am asking is to reiterate, like whenever you are asking for a remote access, server access or installation, just specify them that we want ECC 6 with EHP 7 GST version. Clear? So stress them. Whoever are taking whatever reference numbers I have given, if you are taking from them, then definitely they will provide the same GST version only. But if you are taking outside, okay, or you are installing in on your own, like from outside, then tell them that this particular version need to be installed. Any questions here?
No.
Naveen, if we don't see that 007 status there, then what?
No, you will find if the installation is done, then definitely you will find the version SAP level.
Recently we have installed it, like we don't see that version. It's
Okay.
not in a larger screen. Whatever the support packages are, we can't see there.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, tomorrow's session, what you do is, before we start the session, you just log into your system. Let's share the screen so that I
Okay.
can show you.
Sure, Naveen. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we might be missing any other step. Do you
Maybe
think?
we will see that again.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine. Thank you.
See here. Here also you can see. For example, installed software. Go to installed product versions. Here there is one more tab. Go to installed product version. See here. EHP 7 for SAP ERP 6. SAP, okay, EHP 7 for SAP ERP 6. So here you will find EHP 7 for SAP ERP, sap.com. So if you have non GST version, then here it will show it as a 7.06. Got my point? If you will not find this product version and all those stuff, then you can see here installed product. Here it's installed software component version and installed product version. So here, if you click on installed product version, then you can find EHP 7 for ERP 6 version. Okay. If you don't find, if you find EHP 7.06 or 6, 06 or 6, then which indicates that that is not GST version. So normally if you have only 7 with ERP 6, then it's a GST version. Kindly check this if you are able to view it. Installed product version. Is that fine? So if you're not able to find out here, if you're not able to make out here, then you can definitely, you will find this installed product versions. So here you can view this. Anyone
Got
have questions on this?
Got it, sir.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you can check here also. So this is about your versions, how to view a version. So if you are working in real-time end user, you can see which version you are working. See, most of the times we may work in even few end user companies are using still 4.6 version, the older version. EHP 6 with ECC 6. ECC 6 with EHP, ERP 6, whatever version. Okay, and the latest version we have, as I said, we can't install EHP 8 version. We can't install in our systems EHP 8 version. That is nothing but EHP 8 is nothing but S4 HANA. We can take only the remote access part. For that, we required 500. If you want to install, then we need to have RAM worth 500 GB hard disk and more than 1 TB RAM. Sorry, hard disk. More than 1 TB hard disk and 500 GB of RAM. Right now, we are not calling it as an hard disk, we are calling it as an SSD. The latest one is the latest SSD is M.2. Okay, that's immaterial for us, it's not required as of now. Only the basis consultant will take care of it. But if you want to install the S4 HANA in your system, the minimum requirement, I'm saying 500 GB of RAM, more than 1 TB of hard disk. So if your RAM speed, RAM is more, then your system speed will more. Your system speed will increase like anything. It again, your system speed, performance will all depends upon RAM capacity. So that's the reason S4 HANA is considered it as a cloud memory or in-memory database. Means the data will be there in RAM. Earlier we have in the hard drive, disk drive, but now majority data will be there in memory. So that's the reason we call it as a in-memory database. And your RAM nowadays, where is RAM? RAM will not be there, will be there in our systems, in our laptops, but how much? It's very little. But majority RAM on cloud, in the sense that we, whatever third party access we are taking, the server access we are taking, that server will have more than 500 GB of RAM. Whatever things we practice, that will stored in the RAM only. In the RAM only. But sometimes our servers, whatever servers we are practicing in ECC also, sometimes it will slow down. Why? Because in the sense, the remote server access has given to number of people. But in real time, when you work in the real time environment, S4 HANA version with HANA database, then within fraction of seconds, whatever thing you want to generate, a report or transaction or anything, it will take fraction of seconds. Fraction of seconds it will be performed. As we discussed how time is measured, how the time is measured, computer time. This is again, I'll tell you here. Okay, how time is measured in the sense, normally human time measured in
EST.
see, human time measured in terms of years, months, days, sorry, weeks. Day means nothing but 24 hours day, nothing but 24 hours. Correct. Next one, Hour contains minutes. Next one, seconds. What is the least time of hours? If I take year, month, okay. So what is the least time of human?
Millisecond, millisecond.
Seconds, milliseconds.
Seconds. And
Yeah.
maximum time? Year.
Year.
Year. That is the max, right? But when it comes to a computer time, okay, would be nanoseconds and microseconds. Microseconds. What does it mean actually? Nanoseconds. What do you mean by nanoseconds? Nanoseconds. Nanoseconds are nothing but millionth part of human seconds. Understood? What is our least time? Second. Second means you know that, right? In this seconds, nanoseconds are nothing but millionth part, means whatever maximum time we are calling it as a years. The same thing, if human second will becomes a maximum time, means 1 second is a huge time for a computer. Huge time. And what do you mean by microseconds? Okay, microseconds are nothing but millionth part of nanoseconds. Everything it will calculate it in microsecond time. So you can imagine nanoseconds are a huge lot of time for computer. What does it mean? Our whatever second we are calling minute time, that would be considered as an years of time for a computer. That's the reason we call it as a it all depends upon your random access memory, RAM. So it all depends upon your random access memory, how the performance and everything, how it's going to pick. And same time, the computer speed, human speed will be measured in terms of meters and kilometers. Correct? Human speed, kilometers per hour, something like that. When it comes to computer speed, will be measured in terms of MIPS and BIPS. MIPS stands for million instructions per seconds. BIPS stands for billion instructions per seconds. As a human, we can't take not even one instruction in a second. But you can see here, it will work as a BIPS, billion instructions per seconds. Means 100 lakh, whatever BIPS, it will work as a bill. It can take any number of instructions in single second. And it will give the output in the same way. So it all depends upon your random access memory. It all depends upon your in-memory system. This is very important. Okay, any questions still here? So this is out of code, but still I would like to explain you because now your HANA, whatever HANA database is completely depend upon your RAM memory, random access memory. So that's the reason we will call it as an in-memory database. Okay, any questions still here?
if you are using server, I think normal RAM is also fine.
So, I didn't get you. If you are installing,
Sorry, if you are using the server based SAP, if you are using the server,
okay, remote
so
server or your
remote server,
on-premise?
I am talking about remote server.
Okay,
So RAMs, if it is, we are having the average RAM, that is fine
not,
for
that's fine, not an issue, because it will not work according to your RAM system.
us.
It
Yes.
will work according to your server RAM,
Yes.
from wherever you have taken this one. But if you want to install, then it depends on your RAM.
Okay, Naveen. Yeah, got it.
Any other questions before I proceed to next? Yes, no.
No.
So next, write it down. Write down. Creation of new session or application. Creation of new session or application. So we know that what is the session. So this particular screen, we call it as a session or application, correct? So write down creation of new session. We can create new session in three different ways. In three different ways. Three different ways. First one, write down. See here. How many sessions? If you put the cursor here, you will find how many sessions are open here. You're able to see on the bottom.
I think it's only one right now.
Only one.
Only
Yes,
one.
only one. So I want to open one more session. So if you want to open one more session, so we can have three different ways we can open. Okay. So here, as I mentioned here also, you can write it down by typing /o, by typing /o. And it is, and again, I am reiterating, transaction codes are case insensitive. Transaction codes are case insensitive, which we are going to type in command field. Case insensitive in the sense, either you can FB50, for example, if I'm taking one example, FB50, you can type either in uppercases or lowercase. It's a case insensitive. It will consider as the same. Okay. So case insensitive, by typing O in command field, we can open new session. We can open new session. So see, this is called our command field, correct? This is called our command field. From your keyboard, press \, okay, and /o. Simple. /o, that's it. Okay, either you can type uppercase or a lowercase. For SAP, O is O, that's it. Either you can type uppercase or a lowercase, it will consider as O only. So press enter. After typing /o, press enter. Okay, it will ask, say okay. So it will say session manager menu, tree display 7:38. What is the time we are asking? So say okay. Sorry, we need to click on here in this. We have, sorry, you just type it as a generate /o, click on generate. See here, click on generate, mention it as a click on generate. So here you can see here 2 sessions. Clear? Any questions here? See, okay, in the sense it will ask that this particular time you are opening it, is that okay? So just okay. But if you want to generate, if you want to create a new session, then we need to click on generate. Any questions here? So next step, right?
So these are for the end users.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
These are end user screen, right? SAP Easy Access screen. But again, why we required this? Why we required? Because we will as a consultant, we need to show them how many ways he can open the screens. If we don't know how many ways we can open the screen, but how we can explain them. Hope you got my point.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because end user is new to the system. He doesn't know anything. He will consider us as a superpower in SAP. So minute to minute things, when we will give the KT, we need to explain them minute to minute things. So that again, why we need to explain, it's not our part of job, right? It's end user job. But same time, we are representing one brand company. So with that, if your end user satisfies with all your explanation, probably in future, there are number of different projects the client may give you. Clear? If you are in a irritation position and you just said them that this is the way you need to open, definitely they won't come back. And that support project will go to the another company, because there are n number of giant companies are there who can do the same work. Hope you got my point. First point, again, I'm telling you, as a consultant, we need to have a knowledge, and same time we need to have a patience. That's a primary thing, because client won't understand, because from past 15 years he was into a different system. Now he is migrating to new system. He will have a lot of questions. Same time he will compare with his old system, and again he may ask same questions. As a consultant, we are not supposed to get a sort of irritation kind of thing. We need to have a lot of patience, and we need to explain each and every point again and again if possible. We can't blame them that stating that, okay, these people are asking again and again the same questions. No, absolutely not. He is our client. He is our customer. And as we know, that customer is a God. Okay. Any other questions? So next step, write down by path or navigation, select new GUI window, or create session option from systems menu. Okay, so here in some systems from wherever you took, because you have Oracle database, you have SQL database, you have a DBase database. Okay, so here the options, few options name will be get changed. So here it is showing it as a create session. Some systems it will show it as a new GUI window. Okay, anything, but output would be the same. So create session. So how to select here? So this is how many applications we have opened here, 1 and 2. Now I would like to go systems. Okay, see here, you can see here new GUI window, or create session option. You will find either of this. Okay, so system, new GUI window, or you can put it as in slash create session. So here click on new button. So it won't ask generate or something else, directly it will open. Now you can see earlier there were 2 sessions were open. Now you can see 3 sessions, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Next one. One more step. Create new session. From standard toolbar. Create new session with menu we saw, right? With the command field we saw, right? Now we are looking at standard toolbar. Create new session from standard toolbar. Okay, so we know that this is the SAP standard toolbar, correct? how many sessions we have opened? 1, 2, 3. Okay, now, so this create a new session. You are able to see this. This is an option called create a new session. Already 3 sessions are opened, and click on create new session. So see, now 4th session got opened. Again, it will not ask any pop-up message, generate or delete or something else. Directly it open. Now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So first we have seen with the command field transaction code. This is with menu and this is with standard toolbar. So here I have mentioned only 3 types. Only 3 types, correct? But we have one more session, one more transaction. We have one more shortcut. Write down to open new session with shortcut key. If I want to open a Word document, see already Word document is open here, correct? If I want to open one more new document, shortcut, what is the shortcut I can open?
Control N.
Control N.
Control N. Same thing in SAP also. How many sessions are opened here? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So here also you can say Control N. So 5th session will be opened. As I said earlier, remember, it's almost all similar to your Microsoft. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Clear? Control N, write it down. Control plus N button. So these many ways we can open. Okay. And write down a note, NOT note, write down a note. At a time, we can open maximum 6 sessions or 6 application screens. Okay. So by default, how many we can open? 6. How many we have already opened? How many we have already opened?
5.
5. If I
5.
want to open, okay, I can open how many maximum now? One more I can open, 6.
1.
Yeah, one more I have opened. Now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I am trying to open one more. For example, anyways, you can see here, I'm trying to open one more, create new session. See, maximum, it will show error message if we are trying to open more than 6. 7th session, we are trying to open new session. Then maximum number of SAP GUI session reached. Okay. It will throw this particular error message. But we have, again, now I won't show you that. Okay, once we're done with the AP module, I'll show you. We can increase 3 more sessions. We can customize, not customization. With one setting, we can open another 3 additional sessions. That is nothing but completely we can open 9 sessions. 9 sessions we can open. That I'll show you, not right now. I'll show you once we are done with the GL module. Is that clear? So, but by default, again, I'm telling you, by default, how many sessions we can open at a time? 6. If we try to open extra session, it will throw an error message. Or information, not error message. It will inform us that we have already opened 6 sessions. And maximum sessions are already opened. Okay. Any questions still here?
Naveen, I have one question.
Please go ahead.
So this restrictions till 6 is only applicable for ECC 6 version or also in HANA?
HANA, we have some other restrictions. I'll show you that. That's what I said.
Okay.
In ECC also, we can extend up to another 3 sessions. But in HANA, I'll show you how many sessions we can have maximum. That's the difference between ECC and EHP7.
Okay.
ECC 6 and HANA. Yeah.
Because when I tried for the end user screen, like at the time I have opened 9 screens.
Yes, that's what I said, 9, right?
Yeah.
Extra another 3 screens. That feature is also added to ECC version also. That's the reason when I start comparison after GL module, I'll start comparison with your ECC 6 with EHP7. Sorry, S4 HANA screens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a question. Like right
Please.
now, we're talking about sessions and comparing ECC to, like the gentleman asked for the S4 HANA, how many sessions can be open, and the comparison between these two applications.
Mhm.
So right now, after this, what we're talking right now, to the next step module or whatever we are gonna do is the enterprise structure, is it?
Yes, organization.
And correct. And then when we do enterprise structure, do we gonna do the enterprise structure? Because I think the screens are pretty much same till we reach to a certain module, I guess so.
Yes.
And then is it the next step, next module will be GL?
Yes, after organization structure, we will move to GL module.
And is that where we're gonna see the difference between
Difference,
ECC?
I'll show you, because see, first of all, you need to very much acquainted with ECC version. First,
Okay.
that's what. So that's the reason if people are comfortable with ECC version, everything, then immediately, I'll pitch into when we start our next module, next sub module, accounts payable module. Correct? So at that particular point, see, if you are good enough in GL module configuration and everything, then 100% AP and other submodules will not be a challenging thing for people. If people are stuck in GL module, then 100% I'll make sure I'll say that the other modules will also have a challenge. If we are having a good enough practice on GL module, then AP and AR module or asset accounting module, it's fit for nothing. We can do free flow. So we are comfortable with the GL module. Then I'll start comparison with your ECC with S4 HANA.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, because if I start again the same GL model, if I start the comparison, then people will have such sort of confusion. Hope you got my point.
Got it.
Yeah, that's it. Any other questions? Any other questions?
No.
Okay. That's it for today. Next session, we will see how to close the sessions and all this. So once we are done with that, I'll mostly, is that okay if I take, sorry, tomorrow is festival here. Okay. Sunday, is that fine for everyone to have 1 hour session in the morning?
Same time, Navin?
Same
What
time.
time?
Yes,
fine.
6:45. Yeah.
Fine with us.
How about others like Vikram?
Yes, sir. I think Sunday, which means
In
Sunday
your
morning,
Saturday
Saturday
evening.
evening.
Your Saturday evening.
Yes, sir. I think so. If not, at the maximum, what we're gonna have a videos from you actually.
Yeah, not an issue.
In case,
So that
yeah.
because yeah, like the last sessions we missed it, so that to compensate that, I'll take Sunday one session so that I'll try to finish the screen introduction part. So like if I say one transaction, see what we call this each and every field attributes. We are able to see the different fields, right? Few fields we have blank, few fields we have this radio buttons, right? We have check boxes, right? We have a tick mark here. So I'll explain what exactly each and every field. Hope you got my point. So this is very much important. Again, I'm reiterating, I'm not explaining this in viewpoint of consultant point of view. I'm explaining this end user point of view. Why? As a consultant, we need to explain this particular screens. Field and these field attributes, whatever fields we are able to see, this will be there in whatever sessions, whatever transactions, as a 2000 transactions, right? 65,000 transactions, whatever transactions are there, whatever may be the module, this attributes, field attributes will be the same. Either that would be in ECC or S4 HANA. Okay, so first of all, we need to understand what are this field attributes. Why it's showing it as a right tick mark, right? Why it is showing it as a radio buttons? Why it is showing it as in check boxes? Clear? So what is the, which we don't have only plain, right? What does it indicates? The attribute indicates. So we are going to have a knowledge on this. This is very important for end user, but same time as a consultant, we need to know about it. Because if you are there in the testing project, automation testing project, you need to explain the automation team which fields are mandatory fields, which fields are optional fields, which fields are radio buttons, which fields are checkboxes. According to that, the automation team will write the program. Hope you got my point. So that's the reason we are going to stress on this. Normally people will start with the basic configuration in the first 2 sessions itself. But why this is very important to us in real time, when we enter into any project, we need to explain these things. Okay. Any questions before I stop?
No, sir.
Thank you all. See you on Sunday session. Sunday morning, that is nothing but your late early evening of Saturday. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
So Naveen, same
Thanks.
time Sunday
Yes,
we
please.
have to meet.
Yeah, please.
Okay, thank you.
I'll-
Thank you.
I
Thank
didn't
you,
get you. I
Naveen.
didn't get you. What you said?
6:45 timing.
When?
Sunday.
Sunday you said.
Sunday for not 6. Yeah, 6:45. Correct. Sunday 6:45. Same time. No change in the timings. Is that fine?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Naveen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Naveen.
Thank you all.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Yeah, Lavanya.
Sir, I miss your words, something.